Grandpa's gone, and if you really want to know what Jesus says, try the New Testament. Low tech, but quite accurate. Enter to win cash at winfromkim.com. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky. But sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the kind of solution I'd turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth. That is what makes your AI smarter. It doesn't guess. It actually knows. It can intelligently automate tasks, deliver real insights, help you cut costs, and make AI-powered decisions fast. And this is not some add-on tool. It's AI built directly into the system that runs your business. Whether your company earns millions or hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you stay ahead of the pack. Right now, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Kim. netsuite.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday here on Talkback on KSYL. I'm Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. If you woke up today, you wouldn't know if this were November or feels more like August. Kind of. It is a little humid out there. It's going to be another warm day, but it doesn't feel like fall, does it?
No, it's it's chillier than yesterday, I'd say.
Really?
Chilly is a
relative term.
Yeah.
It was quite foggy in Grand Parish as I was driving down. It didn't clear up till I got to almost Tioga. So be careful out there if you're coming from the north. As I said, we've got a little bit of fog out there. All right, so welcome on in, everyone. We're looking forward to the show today. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Superintendent Jeff Powell is scheduled to be here, so we'll look forward to talking with him. Our only guest for the day, so we'll have a chance to talk a lot more with you guys in hour number 2 this morning. And there should be a few things for us to talk about today. I know Stephen was out and about again yesterday, and one of the spots that you hit up was Plastipack. Sounds like they had a pretty big event yesterday.
Yeah, they did. $54 million expansion.
Nice.
So they're going to create about 15 new jobs, about 40 altogether if you count the indirect and everything. And so they had the Louisiana Economic Development Secretary come down to announce that big expansion. So exciting stuff for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great because what we're seeing, maybe here in Central Louisiana, we haven't landed that big facility that everybody wants to have come here. But we've seen now in successive months, both Crest Industries and Plastipack announcing expansion. So it's good to see the local companies are doing well.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things that came from that meeting is several times the leaders were talking about, we are for capitalism. And it's kind of funny, you're hearing that in America now, not what they're having to say, but it's like that discussion's coming up again. And they're saying, hey, we're for capitalism, come to Louisiana. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, so, as opposed to like...
with the national politics.
Yeah, New York or California.
Yeah. Seattle. But it's kind of interesting we're talking about that in the country again.
Yeah. It is kind of bizarre when you think about it. But my goodness, what a time to be alive here in America.
It's not that crazy. It's been crazier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was funny. I was I'm reading this book about Teddy Roosevelt, yellow journalism, muckrakers, and all that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about nearly the same kind of stuff in a different way. Same kind of politics. One was calling each other communists. One was calling each other this, that, and the other. And it's just the same rhetoric. Wow. Except now we have social media.
Yeah, that's true. It's made it more ubiquitous.
We talk about like social media algorithms. The press was ruthless back then.
Oh, I know.
It was all partisan too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. Very much so. Now we have AI in the mix as well.
The really only thing I want to know, what's going on? Did he say Piggy or did he say Peggy? Because I can't find the answer to this. You know what I'm saying? The president, Trump.
I'm not sure
You didn't hear the quiet piggy thing? Okay. So I think it was Air Force One a couple of days ago, someone asked about, one of the reporters in the press pool, asked him about Epstein files, and he's like, quiet piggy. And so it went around the news cycle that he's saying quiet piggy.
Okay.
But now people are saying one of the reporters' names is Peggy.
Yeah.
But all the news reports say Piggy. So I'm genuinely trying to figure this out.
Really?
I don't know how you didn't see that. That's been like one of the biggest things. That's interesting.
I don't know.
That's weird you wouldn't see that because you're always more on top of things about that than I am.
Yeah.
You just checked out. You're busy reading Wicked reviews.
I'll see if I can find that. Interesting. Quiet Piggy. Okay. I saw there was a clip where I saw the clip of him on Air Force One, but I didn't really look more at it.
It was probably that.
Okay. All right.
Well, next, during the break, or you can play it, but it's one that making the news rounds. Of course, the big vote yesterday in Congress over the Epstein files. I'm sure we'll talk plenty about that too, but lots of stuff.
Yeah. Piggy or Peggy? Okay. All right. This is the clip. Should I play it?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay. Let's see if we can hear it. You couldn't really tell.
I think it's the audio here. You could hear. You don't know which one.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing one except Twitter saying, "Oh, it was Peggy," but I don't think the reporter's name was Peggy. It's confusing.
Yeah.
I guess it really doesn't matter, to be honest with you.
That's true.
But it's making big headlines everywhere.
Interesting.
And then people are going to quit talking about it in a day. But
yeah, they'll move on to the next thing. All right, let's go to the phones on the BOM Bank Talk line. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yeah, as a rule, I generally don't watch PBS, mainly because I don't like the gist of their political commentary. But I do like the things like the Civil War and that sort of stuff. So I've been watching the Revolution series. And it's interesting that neither PBS or NPR seems to have gone off the air. And on the prelude to the Revolution series, there's a huge number of donors that are listed. And I can't quite figure out the difference between a donor and an advertiser.
Yeah. I guess it's semantics, right?
Yeah, well, anyway, apparently they haven't gone off the air. I don't know if they've lost their federal funding or not, or if that's still tied up in the courts, but gee whiz, I bet you somebody like Fox would like to get a nice chunk of change from the government.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody seems to love getting that.
But it seems like to me that if PBS, basically PBS would succeed in some form or another if what they show is desirable.
Yeah.
If it's not desirable, it won't be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything else, the free market should determine it, right?
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting that I don't know about Trump suing BBC for $1 kajillion, but still it's a situation where at one time they were supposed to be above the fray and truly true to the news, and obviously they're like the other broadcast networks. They play around with speeches and make it sound like somebody said something they didn't say.
Yeah, that's true. So what have you thought of the American Revolution series so far?
Well, it seems pretty accurate to what I know about the revolution.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of interesting that they would go into slave revolts in the Caribbean as a consequence of the revolution. But PBS is definitely leftly leaning.
Well, Ken Burns is for sure, because if you go back and watch the baseball series, I mean, he spun that narrative very strongly throughout as well. And there were things in that documentary I was really disappointed that he didn't talk about. Seemed to focus just on a few key things about kind of the history of the game. In fact, when they did the 10th inning, where it was like an update of the series, including kind of the 90s into the 2000s, he didn't even show when George Bush threw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium. Like, to me, that's one of the most iconic moments in the last 25 or 30 years in baseball. How you couldn't include that, to me, was 100% just political.
Top 10 presidential moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, one thing about George Bush, since you bring him up, people kind of degrade him as being, well, not swift or whatever. Well, let me tell you what, if you flew an F-104 Starfighter by yourself, you were a pretty good person to be around.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's funny you bring up Bush, because I was reading an article yesterday. Apparently he's stayed pretty quiet since he got out of office, hasn't really talked about Trump. But like a lot of his inner circles begging him to bring the Republican Party back to the Bush vein in 2028, 2030. So
really,
apparently he's behind the scenes more active.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it here this morning.
PBS gets government donations. Other corporate media just pays off politicians. So they get what they get.
Of course, some of the corporate media has been paying off Donald Trump, not in a favorable way for them, but because he's been suing them and winning.
They've been settling. And probably because they think it's worth it not going through a court battle and just maybe getting in more favor with the administration.
They may not want things to come out in discovery.
Maybe so. And like if you slander somebody, if BBC edited it to where he looked like he said something he didn't say, that's fair game.
Yep.
However, as a president, you just got to take some of the questions.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of getting silly. Like the one he got yesterday with ABC.
Yeah.
And then he went on a tirade about how they're fake news. That's whatever. Just answer the question.
Yeah.
And it was legitimate questions. And I'm no fan of ABC News.
Right. About Khashoggi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like they're acting like he's the first president to take tough questions.
Right.
It's been happening.
Right. But on the other side, the media acts like he's the first president that's been mean to them.
Maybe so. No, I don't know. I mean, even Bush was like,
working in the media, there are no thinner skinned people than media people. They can dish it out, but they cannot take it.
Maybe so. And they, even Bush talked about, I saw a clip of him the other day, he said that, there's a lot of things I hate about the press, and I think it's unfair. But he goes, I understand how important they are. Mm-hmm. And how we can't overly be combative because it's a very important institution for America. Yeah. But you should sue if they slander you. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
But just answer the question. Just answer the question. You're the most powerful person in the world.
Just answer the question. All right. We'll take a break. More coming up right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. There's a focus on the frugal consumer. TJX posting sales last quarter above estimates. It's a sign shoppers are turning to cheaper options as the economy shows signs of stress. This is the discounter that runs chains including TJ Maxx and Marshalls. TJX sells designer branded goods at discounts after scooping up inventory that hasn't sold at full price stores stores. Elon Musk returned to the White House last night in a sign that tensions between President Trump and the world's richest man have thawed since a fierce split over deficit spending earlier this year. Futures have edged up ahead of NVIDIA's earnings. Investors refrain from taking any big bets before this key test of market stability following a $1.6 trillion global equity sell-off. And the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, says President Trump will interview the top 3 candidates for Fed chair after Thanksgiving and may announce his pick before Christmas. I'm John Tucker, Bloomberg Radio.
The Rapides Parish Library wants to say thank you. We're so grateful for you, our patrons, our supporters, and the entire Cenlaw community. Because of you, we can offer free books, movies, ebooks, classes, and programs for all ages. From story times to job resources, from Wi-Fi hotspots to local history, it's all here for you. Your support makes it possible. So this season, as we count our blessings, know that you are at the top of our list. RPL, your community, your stories, your library.
Good morning. Another foggy start for us. Take heart, though. It'll go away by about 9, 10 o'clock. And we'll see skies becoming mostly sunny. Afternoon highs near 83 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at about 5 today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 61. And the clouds will stick around on Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies with the highs near 80. Good chance of rain on Friday. From the Cenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
What the world just happened there? I was trying to play a soundbite from House Speaker Mike Johnson.
That ain't happening, bro.
Okay, I think I know what it is. We've had this problem before. Let me just see if I can fix it quickly. Anyway, welcome back here on Talkback, everyone. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell. We are going to have to reschedule, apparently, with Superintendent Powell. He's down at a conference, so we'll try to do that, and we'll let you know. Let me see if this works now. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know what's going on.
Is it where he's talking about he's disappointed?
Yes.
Yeah, after the Senate vote.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can figure out what's going on with it. Anywho, our talk line, 318-442-8255. So we'll be in open line mode. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning. I think Stephen would have had a better point if certain news organizations hadn't squandered their legitimacy. You know, as far as answer the question, yeah, that's fine, and he should, but the organizations are no longer legitimate. They've proven that time and time again by lying, and it's like sitting listening to a witness on the stand. At what point do you just don't believe him anymore? And that's why I think he's perfectly okay to call out these news organizations that have bias and are actually corrupt. And all you guys, all professional organizations seems to have, you know, some self-discipline committees or hierarchies that overlook what they do, but the press doesn't seem to have that.
Well, I mean, there is the Society of Professional Journalists, and they do have an ethical code. One of the things, for example, is do no harm. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, but no, you're largely right. And we've seen so much of what's kind of been considered mainstream media sell itself out the last 8 years or so, to where when you look at a lot of the lies that they bought into and helped promote, just take the Russia scandal, the breathless reporting about something that we know was abjectly false. They have kind of thrown away their credibility. So, you know, he's been antagonistic. They've been antagonistic toward him. It's been ongoing. But make no mistake, he also thrives off of that a lot, too.
Yeah, that's the point I would make.
Well,
it's probably good for him.
Yeah, he's learned how to spin it. of course,
no doubt.
but to his benefit.
Yeah.
But again, if the organization has moved to illegitimate status, he doesn't need to take their questions.
I guess my only question is, how is it determined which one's illegitimate and which one's legitimate?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of evidence for some of these. You know, if it was just one time, maybe. If it was just 2 times, maybe. But you know, it's really way down the road now.
Systematic. Even go back to the debate he had with Kamala Harris and the way a lot of the questions were framed and things we found out after it. I mean, just you can find example after example after example after example. I know that like Media Research Center did a study on the shutdown, and they found that it was something like 97% of the reporting favored the Democrats, even though the Democrats are really the ones that were obstructing the government from reopening. So I mean, it's just endless.
It's just all partisan bickering. I mean, but I will give this to Trump. He is probably the most open about taking questions.
Yeah.
I'll give him that, 100%.
Yeah.
Partisan bickering in the press. I thought they're not supposed to be partisan. You know, that's
no. I'm saying
how much evidence do you need to deny?
That's not what I was saying.
Okay. Well,
no, I get you. I understand what you're saying.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call. We appreciate you.
Hey, you know me. I'm not going to sit up here and stick up for the national media. I'm just saying, probably should just answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And move on to the next thing. But that's just who he is.
But he thrives, and it kind of it's kind of his weapon to take down the other side too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What do you say about ABC? I saw the clip. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know the specific. I mean, he goes, "We should get the commissioner our fantastic commissioner to look at you and take away your license."
FCC, I don't think the networks have licenses, though. Individual stations have licenses. That's been something he's used before.
I don't think it's nearly as partisan as it used to be in America.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, go back to even post-Revolutionary War and the ratifying of the Constitution and the Jefferson year. I mean, it's always been.
I hate to be about Teddy Roosevelt right now, but he used to have reporters that hounded him. They had a parade mocking him.
Yeah.
And he would call him up and says, "Hey, you made fun of it. I thought this was really good. We'd like to have dinner with you sometimes." You catch more flies with honey, right?
Yeah.
Or sugar.
Well, Trump's done that. Trump had that dinner with Bill Maher.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Bill Clinton would have had dinner with Rush Limbaugh. Do you?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not.
They probably did. It's probably just all a game.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure with Rush it was. But anyway, let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, I know it wasn't with Rush. The place where, and thank you for taking my call. What makes me think that these people are illegitimate and they convicted themselves is when they decided to get in the game. When they decided, as Trump was becoming famous, they made open statements. And I don't know how I think they just blundered into it because of their arrogance. Open statements that it wasn't enough to report the news. They had to help people understand the news. And that's because they have an outsized understanding or view of themselves. Their arrogance drives them to think that we can't figure out the truth on our own, that we just need gumshoe reporters to go and figure out the facts and then give them to us, and then we'll make an intelligent appraisal of the facts. No, they think it has to be shaped. And to me, once somebody does that, and they've all done, every one of the major stations and PBS have done it, once they've done that, man, I X them out. Now I can no longer trust any word that comes out of their mouth as being objective. I figure every word they choose, when they're phrasing a story, and y'all know how it is, when you're going to tell a story about a hurricane, you're going to choose language. Some people choose language that just gives the facts and the figures. Other people try to choose language that supports their opinion of climate change.
Right.
You know, and so when they start crafting language, when they start using their language to craft an opinion in the mind of the listener instead of just giving the listener the story, then they're no longer the press. Well, we give the media great liberty. Say, you know, that you always see those press passes in the old movies. You know, I got a press pass, I can go here. Well, that's a reason for that. Yes, a free press is vital. But we don't have a free press anymore. We have one captured by a leftist ideology. And so I had not heard that piggy statement, but none of the sources I use for information talked about it. And I can see why after listening to it. So, Al, you've said it over and over on this show. People are going to the alternative media. I go to the internet. And those podcasts that I listen to every day, they've never let me down. Yeah. They have never let me down.
Which ones do you listen to?
My best is The Wright Report by Brian D. Wright. He's a former Democrat up until 5 years ago. He was a CIA agent, and he had a career at that. And then he's retired. He's doing news. And I go to Brian D. Wright. I go to the Ben Shapiro, the Morning Wire, all of the Ben Shapiro stuff.
Yeah,
I find trustworthy. I go to John Solomon. You can't get a higher standard than John Solomon. He worked in that media. Yeah. Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. And but you'll never find them making a mistake that cuts just one way. If they make a mistake, which rarely happens, but they'll own it. But what we see, what you said earlier, Al, every one of their oopses always cuts in favor of helping the Democrats and against the Republicans. So that, to me, that disqualifies them. I wish they would jerk their licenses and allow them to go to people that are going to make money giving the news, and instead of trying to shape it. And it comes down to the leftist. I say this every time. The left believes that we are not intelligent enough to run our lives, that there's a group of elites. And the Democrats hate to hear this, but that's why they've always been on that side. There's a group of elites that think better, they think clearer, they're more intelligent. And I go back to Winston Churchill's line, I would rather trust the common man who only knows what hurts. That there's a common wisdom in people who live their lives touching the grass, working with wood, doing the things and picking up the garbage. Those people have a common sense that if they're given the facts straight, they'll vote right every time.
Well, I would say that, going back to the last caller, they're illegitimate, not possibly because of how they report. It's just, I don't think people are going to be consuming that type of news in the future anyway. They're all going to how you consume the news. And so another point that I would make too is you don't have to take away their licenses, because I think the free market is going to settle that out soon
That's a good point.
And another one, I don't know, I've studied journalism. This is my career. There's never really been like an overwhelmingly objective era. They claimed there was a little bit. So.
Well, Al said that used to, at the beginning of our country, each paper would take a side, and they would push that side. And you knew it when you bought that paper or that publication. You knew what side they were on. Then we got to this time in the middle of the 20th century where they said they were striving for objective journalism. That phrase came out, objective journalism. And if that's going to be your moniker, great. It's a high aspiration to live up to. But then don't start trying to shape narratives and saying that you feel like it's your role to play a part in saving the country by using your stories. No, we need objective journalism. That is a high goal. It's like Christianity. Man, I don't know anybody who's lived up to it except Christ. But it is the best goal to shoot for, and the people shooting for that goal deliver the best product to their patrons and their customers. So, yeah, they are illegitimate, but they all have a voice in the new media too. So we have to watch that. Their stories do get into podcasts. ABC, NBC, they all have podcasts and things like that. I like Brian D. Wright. I like Shapiro's outfit. I like Solomon, and there's a few others out there. The President's Daily Brief. But anyways, thanks for letting me speak my piece. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thanks a lot. We need to take a break.
KSYL. Central Louisiana has what it takes. Strong workforce, perfect location, and a legacy of getting things done. That's why Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is producing clean fuel in Pineville, investing $2.5 billion, bringing 1,100 construction jobs, 600 permanent jobs, and millions in local tax revenue. Made here, powered by us. Visit BeaverLakeEnergy.com and see how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville, Virtual Align Clear Aligners, the fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Before the story hits the group chat, it hits SimLaw Update. It's the news the way you want it, fast and to the point, and delivered by me, Stephen Maxwell, with SimLaw Broadcasting. Follow SimLaw Broadcasting on Facebook. SimLaw Update, your community, your update.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
Any reaction to Leader Thune seeing the bill without adding amendments or changing it?
I'm deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think I've been at the state dinner. I don't know. I was just told that Chuck Schumer rushed it to the floor and put it out there preemptively. It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
So do you think he may veto it? You say you spoke to the president?
I'm not saying that.
Is he supportive of it in its current form?
We both have concerns about it, so we'll see. I was saying that with the Crown Prince, we did all together.
Are you frustrated in the majority leader? Are you upset with the majority leader?
All right, that was last night as House Speaker Mike Johnson was leaving the state dinner that they had with Crown Prince from Saudi Arabia. And so the bill that the House passed went on to the Senate. This is the one to release all the Epstein files. And apparently the Speaker felt like there were some amendments that needed to be made, but it was rushed to the Senate floor and passed through without that being done. So I guess that's where it stands right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what the president does.
I believe, according to the bill that I've been reading, DOJ can still make redactions and
they always do that.
Do lots of stuff with that.
With their umbrella term when it comes to FOIAs on security issues, investigative issues.
Right.
We get that with police all the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Across everywhere.
And the other thing that kind of happened last night was the House had been voting on a measure to censure one of their House members. Let me see if I can find it. Plaskett, she's a Democrat. So apparently, a couple of years ago, during a House hearing, she was actually texting Epstein during the hearing. Have you heard about this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure of your news sources. Stacey Plaskett, she'd been getting texts from Epstein, and they were going to censure her, but the vote failed last night because a handful of Republicans voted not to censure her, and then a few just voted present, not giving Republicans enough to pass that legislation. Anna Paulina Luna, who is a congresswoman from Florida, went to the House right after that. Here's what she said about that.
For what purpose does the gentlelady from Florida seek recognition?
I have a parliamentary inquiry.
The gentlelady from Florida will state her inquiry.
I was wondering if the Speaker of the House of Representatives can explain why leadership on both sides, both Democrat and Republican, are cutting back-end deals to cover up public corruption in the House of Representatives for both Republican and Democrat members of Congress.
The gentlelady has not stated a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Thank you very much, but I think the American people know what happened tonight.
Okay, so apparently what they're saying is this was all a backroom deal to preserve a spot for Corey Roy, who's a Republican, serves on one of the military committees, but apparently there's some, what do they call it, false valor, where he made some claims that apparently are not true about
stolen valor.
Stolen valor,
Yeah.
that's it. Thank you. And that this vote last night was more about covering that up for him.
I think it's wild, and I think this goes to the media conversation, I think it's a beautiful thing for the most part that the internet has thrived. There's been some bad things with it, but we're not getting the constant when it comes to wars, politics, the same 3 outlets with that same mainstream narrative.
Yeah.
And you're seeing politicians kind of follow suit with that. You see MTG with her stuff, that congresswoman right there calling out her own leadership. It's a nice thing. And we're seeing it, I know everyone hates the Democrats here, but we're starting to see it bubble up, and it's probably something nobody here wants, but they're starting their own, anti-mainstream faction. What would come out of that might not be something we like, but you're starting to see some of that mainstream narrative, the real, I guess you could say, elite class break down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely, okay, so there are some terms that we talk about in media, and I don't have much time here because we got to get to our next break. It's a long one, but 3 terms that I always talk about in media. There's gatekeeping, those who decide what stories are going to be covered, which ones aren't. Then you have agenda setting, where the media not so much tell you how to think, but what to think about. Like, why are there certain stories they keep covering over and over and over? And then the last thing is framing, how they actually tell the story. So I see framing happening all the time in the way a lot of the networks cover their news. They frame things in a certain way. And once you're kind of hip to that and you can have literacy about that, you can kind of see a lot of the tactics that are being used.
And I've been crafting stories for 15 years. It's very difficult. You really overthink sometimes, how should I put this together? What way should I put it together? It's difficult, man, even on a local level.
But yeah, I appreciate that you think about it and you want it to be fair and balanced. And that's what I talk to my students more about. Not so much objectivity as fairness, because I feel like objectivity is a bit of a misnomer. We're all subjective. We are, but you can work to be fair in your coverage of stories. And I think that should really be the objective. So, all right, we need to take this break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
When buying a home or property, you have a choice for your real estate closing attorney. Fine Legal Services, LLC is a full-service title company offering residential and commercial real estate closings, title insurance, and more. Call your Alexandria, Louisiana attorneys, George Fine and Jeremy Cedars, at 318-767-2226 to learn more, or visit fine-lawyers.com. Let your realtor and lender know that you choose Fine Legal Services.
Great news, everybody. Karen is back at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express, located right there at the intersection of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapide Road. Hungry for breakfast? Karen will hook you up with biscuits, croissants, subs, and all the hot coffee you can handle. Just stop by any weekday morning from 6 a.m. till 9 and get your day started right. It's breakfast just the way you like it. Fresh, hot, and satisfying. Now I'm hungry. At Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapide Road.
Hi, I'm Karen Trishelle, a proud recipient of the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters 2025 Broadcast Scholarship. If you're a Louisiana mass communication student dreaming of a career in radio or TV, listen up. The LAB is now accepting applications for the 2026 Broadcast Scholarship Program. They're awarding 2 $4,000 scholarships to students just like you. Visit broadcasters.org or call 1-800-364-7260 to apply. Deadline is January 23rd, 2026. Hope to hear you on the air soon.
Ready for some fun? The Louisiana Lottery's got 4 new games where you can scratch your way to winnings. High fives all around. Scratch up some fun by playing Fun Fives from the lottery. Win up to $5,555. Turn your day into a fun day with Fun Fives. Triple the thrill, triple the cash. Hit the jackpot feeling with 777. Win up to $17,777. Jackpot vibes are here with the power of 3. Play 777. Are you naughty or nice? You decide and play Naughty or Nice Bingo. Win up to $30,000. Jack's wild, and so are the prizes. It's the coolest card in the deck. Play One-Eyed Jack. Top prize is a whopping $100,000. More games, more fun, more ways to win. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Hi, I'm a Louisiana 988 specialist here to tell you about the 988 Lifeline in case you or someone you know ever needs emotional support. The 988 Lifeline is a free, confidential service that's available 24/7. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to a real person like me who's ready to listen and provide emotional support. Reach out to 988. We're here for you.
The Greenhouse presents a dog owner's thank you note. To my dear friend, thank you for your woof and your wagging tail. Thank you for your kisses, your nuzzles, and your cold, wet nose. Thank you for your silly antics that make me laugh out loud. But most of all, thank you for being patient with me, for accepting me as I am, and letting me share your life. I will love you always. Signed, your human. The Greenhouse.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back, and we only have about a minute left in this hour, but we have much more that we'll get to in hour number 2. So,
hey, we could talk about media all day.
We really could, yeah.
Also,
a subject that is close to our hearts.
We could. I want to talk about the apparently a certain denomination in America is getting a huge boom past couple of years or past year. Do we have an Orthodox church in Alexandria, Pineville?
Like Greek Orthodox? I don't think so, because I had a student at LCU a few years ago, and he was Orthodox, and I want to say he had to go down to Lafayette for church.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's pretty interesting. I think the Times, I know y'all hate the Times, but they did a good story on it. So.
New York Times?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're just seeing a lot of younger people kind of flowing more into the faith areas these days. They're looking for more meaning.
Young men.
Yeah, especially. Yep. So, all right. We're coming up in hour number 2. Stay with us.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The Justice Department's full release of the Jeffrey Epstein files is just one signature away. The president's after Congress passes the transparency bill. CBS's Robert Costa.
This is now going to lead to document after document potentially being released. And the administration will get scrutiny about whether there's enough out there about Ghislaine Maxwell and so many other characters that are related to this case in some way. So the questions will continue. Lawmakers expect that inside the Republican Party. At the same time, they feel like they can try to move on now that this has been addressed legislatively.
I'm Michael Wallace. Annie Farmer was 16 when she was sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. She told CBS Mornings yesterday's House vote to release the Epstein files felt like
a long overdue victory in a fight that, many people have fought.
Farmer hopes the files will contain the names of not just those who participated in the abuse, but those who helped cover it up.
The systemic institutional betrayals have not gotten the attention they deserve. And those things, we really do need to investigate in order to prevent.
Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers says he is resigning from the board of OpenAI. It comes after emails revealed Summers maintained a friendly relationship with Jeffrey Epstein long after Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from an underage girl in 2008. There is no evidence of illegal conduct on the part of Summers. The legal team for former FBI Director James Comey will be back in court today. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The judge is going to address a couple of issues, the main one being a magistrate judge's conclusion that there were so many problems with the grand jury process that the prosecution actually has to turn over all of the information and evidence.
Comey has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges related to past testimony to Congress. The Department of Homeland Security says Border Patrol agents have made dozens of arrests in North Carolina in their federal immigration crackdown in the state. CBS's Skylar Henry is in Charlotte.
Many here in the community remain on edge. Some businesses remain temporarily closed. Others that feel as if they would be impacted say that they are open, but have signage on the front saying that everyone is welcome except for ICE. We even experienced some of that angst ourselves because our crew has to move around with gear, in this case, large black SUVs. The restaurant immediately locked its doors until we explained who we were.
New research links the ultra-processed foods to higher risks of obesity and diabetes. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
There are 2 ways you can identify this that are pretty easy. One is, are there ingredients you can't pronounce on the label? Another one is, are there more than 5 ingredients?
The research appears in the Lancet Medical Journal. This is CBS News.
The annual Progressive Keys to Progress program provides vehicles to deserving veterans, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium, unlimited wireless for a great price. So, that means a half day, yeah?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes of network busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Sean Burns. Both the House and Senate voted yesterday to force the Attorney General's office to release all the Jeffrey Epstein files in its possession. President Trump says he'll sign it. Here's Jeff Palermo.
The House vote was 427-1, with Republican Clay Higgins casting the only no vote. Speaker Mike Johnson said even though he was going to vote yes, it's nothing but a political stunt by the Democrats.
This is a show vote. That's what this is. They're making a show of it. And it really is a shame.
Johnson says Democrats are going out of their way to tie President Trump into the scandal.
The president had nothing to do with it. He's been very clear, and he has nothing to hide.
In explaining his no vote, Higgins says the current form of the bill will result in innocent people being hurt. I'm Jeff Palermo.
Around 250 federal border agents are set to descend on New Orleans in the coming weeks for a 2-month immigration crackdown dubbed Swamp Sweep. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said yesterday she expects a briefing on the deployment sometime soon. LRN.
Ready for the ultimate game day? This football season, Southern Air and LSU Athletics want you as the Southern Air fan of the game. Each week, one lucky winner scores 4 LSU home game tickets, VIP hospitality, pregame sideline access, and the chance to cheer on the Tigers. Plus, all winners are entered to win a brand new side-by-side at season's end. Enter now at southernairnow.com or Southern Air's Facebook page. Southern Air, cooling, heating, plumbing, and generators. Learn more at southernairnow.com. Go Tigers.
Well, good morning. Another foggy start for us. Take heart, though. It'll go away by about 9, 10 o'clock. And we'll see skies becoming mostly sunny. Afternoon highs near 83 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at about 5 today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 61. And the clouds will stick around on Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies with the highs near 80. Good chance of rain on Friday. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
see who's here. I know y'all back home trying to figure out if we're gonna hire Lane Kiffin. We gotta get the first news. Hate to tell you, Lane was at Gainesville yesterday.
That was Kim Mulkey last night as the LSU women's basketball team was down in New Orleans taking on Tulane. LSU, ranked 5th in the country, won the game 101-71, and Kim Mulkey being a little sarcastic after the game. Apparently, not all of the Baton Rouge media attended the game, so she felt like they're preoccupied with some other things like, will he or won't he? Is Lane Kiffin coming or is he not? That is the dominant story happening surrounding LSU football right now. What do you think, Steven? Is he coming or no?
No, I don't know, man. I have nothing good to say about that.
Not your world, not your realm.
As they would always say, I could care less.
Even though you couldn't.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see. We'll see. Everybody's waiting breathlessly. Will it happen? Won't it happen? So it gives the talk shows in Baton Rouge and the blogs and all of that.
What I do care about is LSU doing better because it makes it more fun around here if they do better. So I do like that.
Yeah.
The Saints, not so much.
Oof.
I like it when they do bad.
Poor Saints. So Ole Miss has given Kiffin an ultimatum. They're like, you need to decide. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I know his family had made a trip to Baton Rouge the other day, so that only fuels the speculation. And, yeah. So here we go. There we go. Other things that are more pressing in the world right now.
I want to talk about this, talk a little carbon capture and sequestration. So this is a KLB report. The Vernon Parish Police Jury reversed its previous support for CCS projects on November 17th, so Monday, by voting to oppose it after receiving overwhelming public opposition. So you remember the police jury a month or two ago, voted controversially to support projects. So it says at the last major meeting in Vernon, the police jury voted to support CCS projects and anything labeled as economic growth. Now, the police jury says it received over 109 public comments before the meeting, 101 of the comments opposing CCS and urging the jury to pass a resolution against the industry. Now, the comments in turn sparked the jury's decision to reverse its support and cut ties with related businesses. So the move includes severing ties with Capture Point Community Investment Fund. So Capture Point is the company that will be handling the CCS aspect.
Yeah.
The jury president, Jim Tuck, says that the fund would have brought in over $10 million a year to the sheriff's office and the school board. So quite the reversal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we saw in Rapides Parish, what was it, last week? I was there.
Yeah.
Some of the anti-carbon capture folk were urging the police jury to pass some sort of resolution in opposition or some sort of resolution taking a stand on it. And, it has become at least a big issue in the senator race.
Yes.
Fleming's been really vocal about his opposition to it. Probably one of his main parts of his platform. So I'm sure that'll heat up, but an interesting turn of events over in Vernon Parish. And that was a KLB report. We don't really cover Vernon too much, but.
Right. So I think what's happening maybe is the public pressure is starting to make some impact on these local jurisdictions. I mean, clearly, most rank and file people are not wanting this. At least vocally, that's the sense that we get. Of those who are engaged and are paying attention, I'm sure there are a lot of people that have no idea about all this. Maybe they hear a little bit about it once in a while. But by and large, it seems like as people investigate this, they all kind of come to the same conclusion, that they really don't want this. So,
and to be fair, I mean, I hear a lot of that too. I also hear the opposite as well from citizens that say we'd like to see industry come here. So I hear both sides.
Yeah.
But they're not quite as vocal about it.
Right. You're talking about just rank and file citizens, or?
Yeah, both, and a lot of others.
Hmm.
So, yeah. But I will be honest, from my personal experience, I hear more negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's clear. We've seen so many, public hearings where people are showing up and they're largely against this.
Yeah, and we've gone over the pros and cons ad nauseum on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've done the most on this topic in local media, I would have to assume.
I think that's fair.
And so the last story I did was that police jury meeting, and they had a citizen come up claiming some unethical practices with LED and all that kind of stuff. You can watch it. Some of them were calling me out for, one, not posting it right away, and two, for not agreeing with them that this was unethical or illegal. And I'm like, that's not really my position to say, right?
Right.
That's the whole part of objective journalism.
It's funny how people say they want objective journalism until you actually do it.
I don't think people want it. Like, I genuinely don't.
Yeah.
Even Dave says the podcasts that he's listened to are partisan podcasts.
Yeah.
Like Ben Shapiro.
Right.
You know, John Solomon's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm not I've listened to partisan politics online all the time. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I spend the majority of my time listening to KSYL, so I hear a lot of Hannity, Clay and Buck.
Yeah.
Not a big Clay and Buck guy. I've always liked Hannity. I don't agree with half the stuff he does.
Yeah.
But I can take it. I like listening to it.
I'll admit, I keep it in the family, but I love listening to Rich Eisen's show on ESPN Radio from 11 to 2.
Yeah, that's good.
'Cause he has great content, great guests.
He's always pretty good.
And sometimes I just got to get away from the politic talk for a little bit. So
I listen to left and right. I don't listen to like left. I listen to like more outside the mainstream Democrat stuff. It's just interesting to me. I like to hear everybody's side.
Sure.
And so I think that'd be nice if other people did too. Oh, it's a waste of time. No, just at least understand where people are coming from. I think that could help.
Right.
You know.
Who knows? Maybe you could be president one day.
Oh yeah. I can barely put a sentence together on the radio show. I'd be like W. I would just say stupid stuff.
No,
and make jokes.
You just have to say radio. It's the backbone of America.
Radio in Louisiana is the backbone of America. Donut shops are the backbone of America.
All right, well, let's go to the phones on the BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yeah, so, Stephen, you're right. People don't want objective journalism. For the most part, people hear what they want to hear and believe what they want to believe. That's just human nature.
Yeah.
So your comment on the CCS story. So they passed a resolution. That doesn't mean that that has an enforcement arm to it. They didn't pass a law. They didn't issue a cease and desist. They didn't vacate the permits already issued. So really, it's just a non-binding resolution, correct?
Yes, I believe that's so. If you look at the actual resolution and kind of the wording of it, let's see.
I think the only thing that came out of this is they cut ties with the Capture Point Community Investment Fund.
Yeah.
That would have put money into.
Right, the police jury did.
Right.
But they did not. But if the permit has already been issued.
Yeah, so like, and that's the thing with the Rapides Parish Police Jury. A lot of them are like, we really can't do anything.
Exactly.
Except take a step.
So like most politicians, instead of soliciting public opinion before they vote on something, they vote on it the way they want to vote. Then they go, oh, well, we passed a resolution. We're really not for this. But there's nothing they can do to stop what they've already approved. Correct?
I believe that's the case. I think because it's more something that's decided at the state level. I know in the resolution, it says that they're urging the governor, the Department of Natural Resources, the Department of Environmental Quality, and all relevant state and federal agencies to give full and careful consideration to the concerns of local governments and citizens when evaluating CCS proposals.
So they urged them?
Yeah,
Did they vehemently urge them? They vehemently urged them?
Just urged, not vehemently.
I think they're just trying to mount political pressure on state leaders.
Exactly. Right. So say it with me, class. Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss. This is just CYA. And they're very good at it. Politicians are very good at CYA. That's why they get elected. That's why incumbents win 90+% of the time. So I applaud the police jury for urging people, but not really acting to reverse something.
And I will say that I think, too, that they have a lot of pressures from industrial leaders, from economic leaders across the area. And so there is some sort of political capital they're spending on this as well. I get what you're saying, but that, standing up against the governor's not always a fun thing to do, I'm sure.
Right. A wise man said years ago, you can't fish out of two ponds at the same time.
Yeah.
So are you for the people or are you for the industry?
Right.
Make up your mind.
Yeah. All right.
So, have a good day.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for the police jury for urging the governor. That's very effective.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I think if they did nothing, too, they'd probably take criticism.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So.
yeah, some of the language it says, be it resolved, the Vernon Parish Police Jury hereby formally opposes the siting, permitting, construction, or operation of any carbon capture and sequestration project or associated CO2 pipeline infrastructure within the boundaries of Vernon Parish unless and until such technologies are independently verified by credible, peer-reviewed scientific evidence to be safe, effective, and fully supported by the informed consent of the residents of Vernon Parish.
Well, that's why some of these movements that are trying to stop CCS, they're trying to get their local governments to speak out against it because it gives them more political power.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So, I mean, for them, I feel like that's a step in the right direction for them.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of those projects are still going to move forward.
I was going to say, but ultimately, I mean, it's kind of like when the governor came out a few weeks ago and said they put a moratorium on any new permits being issued, but it didn't say that they stopped all the ones that they've currently issued.
Very clear on that, for sure.
Yeah. All right, another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
So are you saying these MAGA commercials that we all fall in line and just support carbon capture because Trump's for it, so saying? Do you think they're failing?
I doubt that they are changing the minds of people that already have their minds made up, if that's kind of what you're saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just, it cracks me up when I hear that commercial, like that's what I'm going to base my support off of. The same thing, I voted for Jeff Landry, but I guarantee you I will not vote for Jeff Landry again after I've seen how he acts, self-serving, pompous, Trump wannabe, and I think he's totally destroyed Baton Rouge with LSU, and he tried to make it about him. And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. So this one-term link might really be something. And everybody in my circle says, no, that's a wrap. That was the final straw. Anyway, thank you for what y'all do, and y'all take care.
Thank you, too.
Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot, too.
Yeah. At least for people that pay attention. But that's kind of the point, Stephen, is we've talked about this before. Even though we have a very smart audience here, I think we have a pretty decent reach with our audience. There still are a lot of people that don't listen to shows like this and don't always kind of see or hear what's going on. So are those kinds of, just like political ads, they're more targeting people that really don't know or pay attention and can't see through the way things are framed or presented.
And you've had this experience too. You've been on the show longer. We have like the same less than 10 callers who like to call in. We love it. It makes the show go. But there's tons of people who listen don't call, that talk to me.
Same.
Who have different political viewpoints for sure.
Yeah.
But since I've started hosting this show, I've been genuinely shocked how many people come up to me saying they listen to us in the morning.
Yeah.
Of all political, ethnic backgrounds.
Right. And then occasionally, like this last gentleman, I don't remember the last time he might have called. Sound like somewhat of a newer caller.
No, he's called in.
Has he? Okay.
100. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But time to time we get some people. I was talking to somebody the other day who said she was going to call in, but then what happened? Something happened. She couldn't. But hey, we encourage you, if you've never called before, 318-442-8255. Speaking of calls, we got more coming in, but we need to take this break.
Ooh, can I give a tease?
Yeah.
Human
Coming up
turkeys in Shreveport after the break.
Wait, what was it?
Human turkeys in Shreveport after the break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with The Clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The Clinics on North Dalton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Get ready to unwrap the magic of December in Alexandria Pineville. Create wonderful holiday memories with a stroll through the Alexandria Zoo with thousands of lights and whimsical lighted animal figures. Join us at Alex Winterfest, a free festival in downtown Alexandria, packed with fun for all ages, December 4th through 6th. For a complete and detailed list of all the exciting events happening in December, go to explorealexandriapineville.com and visit explorelouisiana.com to plan your trip today.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of St. best at Bricato's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt in your mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
From America's #1 travel radio show, I'm Robert Carey.
And I'm Mary Carey with today's RM World Travel Minute.
Here's some of an email sent to us by Megan in South Carolina who's asking, I spent 4 days at the Diplomat Resort in Miami and they charged us $50 a day resort fee. All we got was a pool chair, but most were always taken. Drinks averaged $25, parking was $60 a day, and a good portion of the pool was closed for maintenance during our stay. When I shared my grievances, they were polite, but they said they would just discuss my comments internally. This is so lame. How do I get restitution?
Megan, we're big on talking with decision makers, so call the hotel and ask for the GM, and after you speak, get his or her email and follow up. Most large properties also scour social media. Try posting and tagging them. That should get a response. Robert and I question resort fees all the time, but it is a lot harder to get them waived these days.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You know, we know this property, Megan. I'm not sure if they actually own their parking garage, so they may not have much influence there. $25 drinks isn't crazy for a beachfront property like this one, but as Mary said, you want to be talking to the GM to get results.
Send us your travel questions at rmworldtravel.com/contact.
Have a great day, everyone.
A message from Israel Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, my mama, she told me to pick up and call Israel Air.
She told me Israel Air. She told me.
She said they'll come running with comfort beyond compare.
And a very fair price.
Because you know we're all about your comfort, no troubles. Call 442-6657. That's 442-6657. We're all about your comfort,
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, and we are back. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I want to. This is meant to be comical but fun.
Okay, good. Bring it on.
I'm going to. The gentleman who called, who's a self-proclaimed smart aleck, I can't remember his name or anything. He's a swell guy.
I don't think he's ever given his name, and be careful.
And that's okay.
He takes offense if you call him like a gentleman or a small guy.
Okay, well, that smart aleck human being.
Yes, he'd honor that one.
If that works, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the cute comical part. Because he said once a wise old man said you can't fish in two ponds basically at the same time. Well, he's mistaken. If you own both the ponds and the road in between, you can do anything you want. My point in mentioning that is, today the narratives change so fast. Everything people that we've been taught our age, our 60s and so forth, is not the same anymore. So you can fish out of two ponds at one time.
That is, yeah, you can use AI fishing poles, I'm sure, too.
I'm sure you can. Anyway, have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, and in Wisconsin, if you were ice fishing, you could do that too. 'Cause you just set up what you call your tip ups. You just kind of set them and leave them, and then if the flag is up, that means you got a fish on the line.
Yeah. Oh, you know what he meant.
Yeah. No doubt. So,
we got more important issues to talk about. So if you haven't been online lately, there was an interesting protest, if you want to call it that, in Shreveport. And look, I'm very careful because this group will come after you. PETA was out in downtown Shreveport. They had these like giant blow-up turkeys. Is it blow up the right term? I don't know.
Inflatable?
Carcasses, right? Inflatable
Yeah.
or statues of carcasses of turkeys. And then they have a guy whose only thing he has on is like skin tight, white people colored shorts, laying down like a turkey carcass. And it says, "We are all the same, PETA." And they are urging people to have a thanks vegan.
So like a tofu turkey?
Yes.
Yeah, but
I'll give it to them. They're very...
somebody's got to kill the soybeans before you can eat them.
I don't want to make fun of people that, they have the things that they really, really care about. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it blew up online.
Of course it does. Because people are going to comment about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in Alexandria, this was 15 years ago or so. And PETA did a protest downtown for some reason. And they had a woman in a cage, and she was dressed up as a tiger. The only thing is, she was 100% in body paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was nothing else, just the body paint. So the photographer then went.
The tigers love killing other animals.
That's true.
That's what's confusing to me.
Yeah.
I don't think about it too often, but it was, if you go online, if you go to like KSLA.com,
yeah,
have some interesting.
They do that to get attention. And
of course.
Yeah. I will have no remorse nor guilt when I feast on my Thanksgiving turkey next Thursday.
Would you kill it before you eat it?
If I had to, sure.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Who wouldn't?
What was it like Game of Thrones? If you can't swing the axe, you can't, I don't know, something like that.
I'm thankful I don't have
Can't punish or lead.
That could be a pain, but it just takes a little time. You got to chop the head off and take the feathers off and gut it and do all that.
I hope I don't get in trouble or someone in trouble for saying this, but at my old school, we had ag class. My favorite class.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you've told me the story.
Killed and butchered all the time. He taught us how to do things. It was awesome.
Make sausage?
We made sausage. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Made gumbo all the time. We also made something called flitzu.
Yeah.
It's like all the organs.
Oh, wow.
And like a stew.
Good.
If you leave out the spleen,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Okay.
The spleen is not very good. But the kidneys are fine, the heart and all that. But,
Yeah.
we would do everything. Learn to weld. And the only one I hated was running like electric boards. I hate electrical stuff. I'm not judging it. It's just not my thing.
Did you ever make Rocky Mountain oysters?
I've eaten those. Yeah.
They're not bad.
You made us all do.
Put hair on your chest.
Something. Yeah. We also used to make pancakes all the time. And that was like our special treat.
Okay.
But there was always weevils in the flour, so we had to like sift them out.
Well, it was a little extra protein if you wanted it.
Oh, good times. I have another story, like he taught us a very valuable life lesson, but I can't say it on air. But I'll tell you later. And if you ever want to come up to me in person, I'll tell it to you, but I might get in trouble.
Okay.
But it's good, hard lessons. No pun intended.
One of our listeners on our Facebook message said, "You have human turkeys in Baton Rouge, and we send them to Washington as well."
Yeah. I don't know if they're dressed like this, though.
Yeah. All right. Another break. More calls coming up.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Wall Street is looking to snap a 4-day losing streak. The recent sell-off wiped out roughly $1.6 trillion off stocks around the world. Looks like Target's turnaround push will take more time. Target's lowering its profit forecast for the year, citing soft consumer demand and markdowns that squeezed profits. A different story, though, at TJX, the owner of TJ Maxx and Marshalls, reporting stronger than expected quarterly earnings. The retailer, which sells designer brands for less, says more shoppers are turning to cheaper options. And Lowe's posting better than expected profits thanks to strong spending on home renovations, besting larger rival Home Depot last quarter. But Wall Street's main event happens after the closing bell, when the most valuable company in the world, NVIDIA, reports earnings. A strong report from them could calm investors' fears about the high valuation of AI stocks and the enormous amounts of money being spent on AI infrastructure. Alexis Christoforous, Bloomberg Radio.
President Trump believes in America. He knows we can do big things. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. That's why Trump is fighting for carbon capture.
When I'm back in the White House, I will bring back a pro-American energy policy at long last. The return of American jobs and the American dream will be powered by the return of American energy.
With carbon capture, Louisiana's oil and gas economy can thrive, creating thousands of good-paying jobs and provide massive local dollars for our schools, roads, and communities.
The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before.
Trump supports carbon capture because he believes in America and in building a stronger future for Louisiana families. To join President Trump in his fight for American energy, Louisiana jobs, and carbon capture, visit MAGAenergy.la, MAGAenergy.la. Paid for by MAGA Energy Project.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Well, good morning. Another foggy start for us. Take heart, though. It'll go away by about 9, 10 o'clock. And we'll see skies becoming mostly sunny. Afternoon highs near 83 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at about 5 today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 61. And the clouds will stick around on Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies with the highs near 80. Good chance of rain on Friday. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
All right, here, here's your choices. We got the light over here, and we got dark, where the food coloring has puddles.
All right, just give me... It's not food coloring. It's Worcestershire and beet juice.
Oh,
see, that's very clever.
Why didn't you bring your dog, Robert?
I don't think Shamsky would eat this.
Yeah, but we could eat him.
All right, that was Everybody Loves Raymond, the episode.
Classic.
Marie was on a diet, so they had tofu for Thanksgiving.
I got to go through that show again. It's been a while.
It's so good.
It is.
So good. Especially Robert. I love Robert.
You know, I will say this. I think one thing we should change is get rid of the Thanksgiving turkey and do like a Thanksgiving roasted duck or chicken. Because it's just better. It's a better bird to eat.
See, I like turkey. Why does turkey get hated on so much?
This is not as good.
It is good if you make it right.
That's right. It is good. It's just not as good.
Not as good. You could do the turducken.
Could do that. I do like the turkey legs, like you get at the the Renaissance fairs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So. Those are good.
If you like the dark meat, sure. I'm more of a white meat kind of guy than dark meat.
I like dark meat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I eat more white meat because it's healthier, but dark meat's good. My favorite thing in town lately is there's Chrissy's Cajun Kitchen off of Jackson, not too far from here.
Really?
In that Emerald Shopping Center. Is that what it's called?
Okay.
Where TCBY used to be?
Yeah, Chrissy's Cajun Kitchen.
Yes. They have turkey necks.
Really?
Wednesdays usually. Oh, I love turkey necks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are good.
You turkey neck.
Jive turkey. So turkey necks with collard greens and some seasoned corn.
Wow.
And cornbread.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's fantastic.
Didn't know you had so much soul in you, brother.
Oh, dude, that's the best food.
For sure. Let's go back to the phones here on Talkback. Good morning. Thanks for waiting.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, those breaks are eating me up there. I just had to keep hanging up and calling again.
Well, yeah, I know. Appreciate you hanging in.
It's not a problem. But just a little food for thought.
Would that be tofu food or real food?
I know he was going to say it.
Exactly. Yeah. You ever think about it? How all the massive predators that are big enough to kill and eat humans are all protected, heavily protected. Got the grizzly bear, the polar bear. You know, your sharks are pretty well protected now. Your black bear, alligators.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah.
You know, all these tigers.
That's true. That is a good point.
Lions. You know, you got to get a super permit to get a lion or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you remember the show here several years, like I guess it was back in the 80s or early 90s or whatever. It was a movie, and I can't remember the name of it, but Little Shop of Horrors, that's what it was. Remember Feed Me Seymour? You know, he grew that plant.
Yeah, yes.
Wasn't that the name of it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I mean, did you ever think about it? Well, if they put that artificial, the AI, the super intelligent thing down here in Boyce, where they're talking about putting it, and then Coleco is sold out, and if they're bought by Meta, you ever think about the human's importance at that point? You know, you remember how it was more important for them to keep Seymour alive? You know, no. Seymour was the guy, right? And he started just having to cut his finger, right, and feed the big thing that he created there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you ever think about how that's going to kind of coincide? I mean, I talked to y'all a couple years ago about, you know, that if they put that thing there, it's going to use up it requires 89% of what Coleco produces now.
Wow.
So where does that leave us as a...
Yeah. I heard on, I think it was CBS this morning, that they're going to reopen 3 Mile Island as a nuclear reactor site so that they can power the local AI center there. So
there you go.
Yeah.
It's super important, man, to get these things up and running where they can collect more data.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's not about creating anything, because they did that with the super collider over in France, right? The big, you know, 5G was produced, and now they're saying, you know, Elon Musk said on there the other day that, you know, they're going to build their own God there. They say they're actually talking to super intelligence through that thing. So anyway, just some things maybe we should think about.
Yeah.
And I'm with Stephen there. I mean, what's the whole sports thing? I mean, it turns me off like crazy. I mean, I cannot.
Stop talking about it, Al.
I mean, now what kills me is that you can't watch TV because they got that, you know, they want you to bet on these games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some guy named Marshawn, and then some other dude on there acting all goofy and crap, you know, about something or another.
I can't stand
it's almost as bad as the lawyer commercials.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe they're the same.
Yep. You're right. They are ubiquitous in pro sports. So
yes. Yeah.
Only sports entertainment I like is Football Follies from the 70s.
And one more thing I thought about too is, you know, how now they're pushing. You remember how when they brought in gambling, how it was going to help the schools?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Schools. We don't have to pay as many taxes now because all the gambling proceeds is going to the schools.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lottery, all that money is going to the schools, right?
It's not gambling in Louisiana, remember? It's gaming.
No, the gaming. Gaming,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Thing we just spoke about, right? That's aggravating everybody or at least a few. All right. What are we saying now with all this help that we're going to get from this carbon capture stuff? What was the last commercial on there? Oh, it's so good for the schools, right?
It gets packaged that
Imagine
way.
that.
Maybe if we got a casino in Rapides Parish, we'd get money. Yeah. Because I know Allen Parish that pays for their stipends for the teachers. Used to. Kashada.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they take it out of it drops out of the budget, whatever money they receive.
Yep.
It's a minus. So in other words, if they was getting $100,000 in tax dollars, and then Kashada gives them $100,000, that means they don't get that $100,000 for tax money. It's a swap out.
Yep. Yeah, and I think they were having issues with it 2 or 3 years ago. So,
wow.
Well, certainly.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for the call today. Always good to hear from you. All right. Take care.
Thanks, man.
We need to take a break.
KSYL. Craving mouth-watering barbecue and juicy steaks? Head on over to Cole's Barbecue and Steakhouse, the top barbecue and steakhouse in Alexandria. Our warm and welcoming atmosphere is the perfect setting for a night out with friends or a family dinner. Indulge in our premium barbecue and steaks, fresh salads, and handcrafted burgers. Come as you are, we're ready to serve you. Visit Cole's Barbecue and Steakhouse today on Coliseum Boulevard across from the Rapides Parish Coliseum. Expect real good food.
Some smiles sound like this, while others sound this way. If you'd like to improve the way your smile sounds, the folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver. Over the years, hundreds of Central Louisiana patients have visited Today's Dental and then left completely satisfied. Their dental implant procedure is amazingly simple, low anxiety, and completely affordable. Today's technology makes your beautiful smile easier than ever. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled certified nurse and anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Want your smile to sound better? Give Today's Dental a call at 318-448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. That's 318-448-4540.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Even a 200-year-old industry can benefit from new technology. Louisiana sugarcane. Better farming, stronger science, improved varieties. It all creates a superior crop. Log on. Learn more at lacane.org.
Tiger Rag Magazine subscribers are LSU fans in the know. Tiger Rag Magazine gives you exclusive stories, beautiful pictures, and behind-the-scenes insights. Subscribe today and be in the know at TigerRag.com. It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we are back here on Talkback on your Wednesday morning. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell. A lot of great calls today. Really appreciate that. Let's take another one. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning. Really enjoy the show. I got a couple of questions. Do you really think that the 101 people that either signed the petition or sent them letters in or emails or whatever in Vernon Parish were informed about the situation, or they just jump on the bandwagon? Second thing is, what is the largest employer in Vernon Parish?
Yeah, Fort Polk. That's the largest employer in Louisiana.
Exactly. Do you think that they want to rock that boat? You know, that's That's the thing, you know.
That's something
you know, Ellie.
Yeah, we're talking about a key military installation with some very important training that goes on there. I don't, you know, and Chuck Owen has brought that up as well. So I don't know why you'd even want to think about messing with that.
Yeah, the economic impact, you know, to the state is almost $2 billion a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's just phenomenal. So anyway, I just think it's awful strange, but I also think that without vision, you know, the Bible tells us that our people perish. And, you know, a lot of these people that are opposed to this hadn't studied it, hadn't looked at both sides of it. They're just taking their neighbor's word that this is bad or whatever. You know, when Henry Ford came out with a car, you know, everybody was against the car. And when they came out with the airplane, everybody was against the airplanes, you know. But as the gentleman who called earlier said, you know, when we grew up, things have totally changed from when we grew up, and technology has moved forward at such a rapid pace that sometimes we got to change and move with the program, you know. So anyway, the other question I got for you and is, what do you think about the LSU trying to get out of paying the coach?
I'm not surprised. I mean, you kind of knew that it wasn't going to be probably the smoothest situation. And I'm sure it'll go to the courts and there'll be lawyers that get paid and yada, yada.
Well, it's you know, it's like people have called in and we've talked before. It just comes across as the arrogance of LSU. They knew what they were doing. They knew what the decision was going to cost them going in. And then they're going to do that. And then they're going to say, oh, but we don't have to pay you because of X, Y, Z. It's just foolishness, just absolutely arrogant foolishness. And then for Kim Mulkey to think that, you know, that she's the hottest thing, you know, she's upset because nobody covered her yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, her time has come and gone at LSU.
Yeah.
You know, she's a second runner way. You know, she had that 1 year that all the people moved from Baylor over and joined her team. They ain't been there since. So, you know, I wish them well, but I think the people in Vernon Parish need to, you know, if they don't, you know, if this thing doesn't go to one parish, it's going to go to another. You know, so it just depends on, you know, where it's going to end up. So anyway, enjoy the show.
I have a question for you. So my son's getting married in a few weeks and I need a gray suit. Do they have those at Penny's?
We do.
Okay.
We do. We do.
Any kind of sales coming up?
Penny's always has
Friday.
sales. Always has
Black Friday. Friday deal.
Oh, okay.
Black Friday deal. So
does it start on Black Friday or before Black Friday?
No, it starts this Friday. Starts this Friday, so you don't have to wait till.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So if you text me, I'll send you some pictures or whatever.
Okay.
Or if you can call leave me a number. I'll send you. Tell me what size it is, and we'll see if we can hook you up.
Okay.
I might come get one too.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I'm not going to the wedding.
You're not. Yeah. Sorry.
Good.
I wanted to invite you, but.
Oh, dude, I'm not I hate weddings. No
okay.
offense.
Well, good. I mean, glad you're not offended.
But I'm still offended. Whose wedding is it? What are you talking about?
Andrew. Did you see Andrew at the Flashback thing?
No.
Oh, surprised he wasn't out there.
Oh, dang. No.
Yeah. He's getting married on a Friday, December 11th, I think.
11th. Man, can't believe it.
Yeah.
You didn't invite me.
I knew you wouldn't come anyway. December 12th it is.
Where's it at?
It's a place out on, I forgot the name of it. It's a place out on, like, Twin Bridges, off Twin Bridges.
Oh, that's the
venue.
Bayou something?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you're really involved in your son's affairs, I could see.
Yeah, I just got to pay for the rehearsal dinner.
How are you going to get catered? Who's catering it?
We're having it at the Oak Wing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, I've eaten there once.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess they take care of it. Yeah.
How much is it setting you back?
I'm not sure. I'm just letting my wife deal with all that.
So you're not doing?
I literally only have to show up.
Oh, okay.
It's like the ultimate deal.
You know, I never do anything like that either, but I planned that party I had last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with myself.
Good job, Steven.
I had a DJ. And
Yeah, that's kind of out of your lane.
catered it.
Yeah. You had DJ Flex, right?
DJ Flex, it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
I invited Al. He didn't show up. I did invite him last minute, though.
Yeah, like an hour before.
We only invited family, but I was like, I'll invite you and the Callaways. Just to,
I appreciate that I'm considered family.
Yeah.
Callaways, is that Nate and Alex?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. They're your family.
Pretty much, so.
Yeah.
I would like to do more, but I just don't want to spend the money to get more people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad.
My brother and sister are coming in for the wedding, so that's cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never met your brother. Met your sister.
Yeah. You have?
Mm-hmm. Up here. For some reason.
Up here?
A couple years ago. Upstairs. Y'all stopped by for something. You just don't remember.
I guess I don't.
Yep.
I don't remember her being here.
I'm telling you, I have, I think. She's from one of the Carolinas, huh?
Yeah. South
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a good memory.
She's a nice lady.
Thanks. Let's take another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Well, I've been in an ophthalmologist office, so I don't know what this 101 signatures in Vernon Parish was about.
The Vernon Parish Police Jury passed a resolution in opposition to CCS projects, and there were over 100 citizens that wrote in opposition to CCS.
Okay, and how does that have anything to do with Fort Polk?
Oh, just the fact that you would have carbon put into the ground in Vernon Parish, and you look at Fort Polk and the amount of land mass that covers, for its training, there have been concerns about what if something goes wrong, and
But it sounded like he was for it. I'm confused. If he wants to call back in later. Like, is this if it doesn't come here, it's going to go somewhere else? And
Well, good. It goes someplace else, and it doesn't interfere or
I'd say
cause any potential to our groundwater.
pump it under the governor's mansion in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, well, between his Menhaden, his friends on the billboards and so forth, he's going to have a rough time getting votes in this region.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, all right, thank you. Let me try to get this one last call on. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
As far as carbon capture, they should put that where the industries that need it. You know, these we don't have any industries in central Louisiana that really would benefit from carbon capture. That means it had to be pipelined in a long ways, from the southern part of the state. So they need to keep it down there where the industry that is creating the problem with carbon use it. And the other thing is, us seniors, which, I'm on Social Security, and I think it's, they give us a 2.8%, raise, and then they raise the Part B by 10%. I think those two ought to be connected one way or the other. Either they give us a 10% raise and a 10% on the Part B, or 2.8% on a raise and a 2.8% on Part B. I don't think, because they keep squeezing our income that we get down by doing that. Y'all ever thought about that?
No.
Well, they keep squeezing our spendable income down by raising that Part B.
Yeah.
So,
oh, no doubt.
Okay.
Well, you can take heart in knowing that all those illegal aliens got Social Security. So.
Well, I'm not an illegal immigrant. Born in Louisiana and New Orleans in 1949, and been here ever since, just about. So, but I'm in central Louisiana now. I got out of New Orleans. You couldn't pay me to live there anymore.
Nice.
So,
I was about to say, that's kind of like a different country.
Right. Have a good day.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. We're back after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics,
Central Louisiana has what it takes. Strong workforce, perfect location, and a legacy of getting things done. That's why Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is producing clean fuel in Pineville, investing $2.5 billion, bringing 1,100 construction jobs, 600 permanent jobs, and millions in local tax revenue. Made here, powered by us. Visit BeaverLakeEnergy.com and see how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Is your website accessible to everyone? If it's not WCAG compliant, you could be excluding customers and opening yourself up to lawsuits. At Kinetics, we build and optimize websites that meet WCAG accessibility standards, helping you serve more people, convert more customers, and stay compliant with ADA guidelines. Don't risk it. Get your free website accessibility assessment today at kinetics.solutions. That's kinetics.solutions. Kinetics, where smart marketing works.
There's nothing like being home for the holidays. The smell of cookies in the oven, holiday cheer, and maybe a little extra surprise under the tree. Get cozy this holiday season and win big when you play all 3 Home for the Holidays scratch-offs from the lottery. Play $1 Home for the Holidays. Win up to $2,000, the perfect holiday gift. Unwrap a little holiday surprise and play $2 Home for the Holidays. Win up to 10 times. Win up to $12,000. Make your season shine with $5 Home for the Holidays. Win up to 15 times with a whopping top prize of $100,000. Plus, don't forget Stocking Stuffers, the new $2 Fast Play game. You could win up to $10,000. Holiday cheer starts with the Home for the Holidays scratch-offs from the lottery. Your ticket to holiday cash must be at least 21 to purchase.
A1 Pools now has a fall and wintertime pool special. Get a free Dolphin robot cleaner, a free saltwater system, 2 free sidewalk mini jets, and a $1,500 rebate with the purchase and install of an in-ground pool from A1 Pools. Now you can't beat that. Don't miss out on this limited time sale. Save thousands only between now and December 15th, 2025. Call A1 Pools now at 318-449-2093. That's A1 Pools, 318-449-2093.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we are back. Last segment of the morning, and want to let you know that tomorrow on the show at 8:05 we'll talk with author, reporter, filmmaker Jason Berry. He'll be speaking to the Cenla Authors Club, and so we get a chance to talk to him.
I have an important update. The very important Alexandria International Airport is getting a new baggage claim belt that's much faster. So if you're tired of waiting for your luggage, give it a month, you'll have a speedy new belt.
Yeah, when we had Ralph Hennessy on the show last week before, I meant to bring that up because I knew he had mentioned that at the Rotary meeting he spoke at this summer. So that's cool. Did they say when it'll be done by?
Watch my story online. You can find out.
That's called a teaser, folks.
And you can see how much it costs. All the facts right there for you.
Nobody is better at teasing than Stephen Maxwell.
That's right. Follow me, Stephen Maxwell TV, for the latest updates on baggage belts.
All right. I feel like I have baggage with this show, but that's another topic. See you tomorrow.
You've been listening to Talk Back. The opinions expressed